Hi, so I just want to make it clear that I thought The Last Jedi was a terrible movie. Every aspect of the movie was really poor. I was really devastated by the way, in particular, Luke Skywalker was treated. Now that has been discussed quite widely. In particular, how he was left on how he became a hermit on the island, and how he kind of died as a force projection. You know, his whole role was completely underplayed. I thought if he killed Snoke or had a very important role in the movie in terms of the action, I think that would have been much better. And I think it was really sad to see Mark Hamill almost devastated about the way his character was portrayed, the way Luke Skywalker was portrayed to the fans. It's really a sad experience to watch in terms of all the interviews he did. But going forwards, I'm also equally concerned about Luke Skywalker, because in The Last Jedi you saw Yoda coming back as a ghost, and I thought it was very well done. And that is because he can be used as a puppet. And now Yoda could be around forever, so he could come back maybe 20 years from now, 30 years from now, because he's a puppet. What you have to remember is that Luke Skywalker, who's now dead and is presumably coming back as a Force ghost in Episode 9, is very different because he's played by an actor. And it's almost as if they want to use Luke Skywalker again in the future, they've already told him that, you know, you'll come back as a CGI computerized version of yourself. And I think it's a really poor way to treat an actor and also a character. But I know it's very different with Carrie Fisher, because sadly she has passed away, and the only real way to complete the story is to use CGI. But to set up a character a male character where they're going to die, and then say, right, in 20 years from now or 30 years from now, because you'll come back. Because what you have to remember is that if they make Star Wars 10 years from now or 20 years from now, it's going to look perhaps strange if Luke Skywalker doesn't come back, because Yoda has come back. So you'll think, well, why doesn't Luke Skywalker come back in some role 30 years from now as a ghost? Because the concept of a ghost appears to be infinite, it's sort of setting it up that he will be a CGI character forever. And I think it's a really poor way to treat a character. So that's my first real concern, is that I don't want to see Luke Skywalker treated in this way, where he's going to be used as a computerized version long term. I think it's a really terrible way for him to be treated. The second concern is, now, sorry about the quality of this drawing, it's more about the content. My concern is that Disney are going to try and sell ghost toys in Episode 9. People love Luke Skywalker, and Disney will try and sell some sort of ghost representation of Luke Skywalker as a toy to make money. And I really hope they don't do that. I think it'd be really terrible if they try and cash in on a sort of force projection ghost of Luke Skywalker. I think it'd be really silly, really naff way of presenting a character, considering the role he had in the past of this very heroic character. To then treat him as a sort of ghost is kind of like almost like a slow demise. And yes, characters die, but I think it needs to be treated very differently. In my view, Luke Skywalker had a much bigger role. It was built up, that's the way it was portrayed in Force Awakens, that Luke Skywalker would have this big role. And I think fans would have loved that. There would have been no criticism whatsoever if Luke Skywalker came into the middle of the trilogy, killed Snoke, or did something really powerful. I think fans would have loved it, and I would have loved it myself personally, but I think far more fans out there would have loved if Luke Skywalker did that. And that was how it was portrayed. That was the setup from The Force Awakens, that Luke would be, this real kick-ass character like he was 30 years ago. But instead turning into like a slow demise, I think it's really sad. It's not something you would expect to see in the Marvel movies, or other sort of, this iconic characters. To do it the way they have, I think it's really poor, and I really hope, above all else, they don't try and sell some sort of ghost toy. I really hope Disney don't do that. I'll be devastated if they do. But maybe I'm wrong. If you disagree, please leave your comments below, because maybe I'm worried about nothing. Maybe they won't do it. But I hope they remember is that Yoda is a puppet, and Luke Skywalker is played by an actor. There is a real person playing this role, and I think that they have to treat Mark Hamill with a lot more respect than sort of giving him a slow demise. And like I said before, it was really terrible to see Mark Hamill's real devastation at the way he was portrayed, in terms of the numerous footage that's online that we've all seen about Mark Hamill almost attacking Rian Johnson for the way he portrayed him. It was really sad to see. And I hope that they don't do this where they sell some sort of ghost toy. I really hope they don't do that. So let me know what you think below.